Good morning, it's Friday. It's been a very slow week here at Meineke Cinnamons in New Jersey, and I don't know why. So, Rachel and I tried to have a product that was affordable to customers for TPMS monitors, right? So I'll give you an example, tire monitors in your tire. So yesterday we called the dealership to find out what tire monitors cost for a Chevy Colorado. And they were $130 a piece cost per tire monitor. $130 per tire monitor times 4, not including installation and program. So this is just an example. So Rachel and I in the past were using aftermarket ones, and people were still complaining about how expensive it was to get their tire monitors fixed with aftermarket ones. So the only choice we really had to do was lean on the aftermarket to try and satisfy the consumer's budget without me losing money and making the customer happy at that price point. So we shifted gears to buying these, where they were very affordable. They're universal, all right? And this is a knockoff Autel. So in the beginning, we were having great success with these. Recently, we have nothing but headaches with these. I will tell you, the last batch of 20 or 30 that I've purchased, I've thrown 50% of them right in the trash during installation, just after installation, and maybe a week or two after the customer had them in the car. And it wasn't all, it was 3 here, 1 there, ba 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 beep boop 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 boop. So I'm like, all right, did I get a bad batch? So I'm trying to figure out, you know, was it just a bad run of parts? Now, somebody here on YouTube land, thank you very much for all your efforts of keeping up with me at Meineke Cinnamons and all the drama and bullshit and all the smiles sometimes there is in what I do here. Then he says, stop buying Chinese parts. Well, call your manufacturers that build all of our vehicles, and everything that we touch nowadays is built in China, Taiwan, mainland. You go. Tell me where I'm going to get built in the USA parts anywhere that are affordable, or even built. Is anything really made in the USA anymore? No, I don't believe so. So we're kind of like the United States, right, is at the mercy of the Chinese or Japan or Korea, whoever it is, right? Everywhere I go, my electronics, my tools, or this and that is made in China. I buy parts from the dealership, made in China, made in Mexico. I don't know what else to do. This is the cards we're dealt when we're trying to fix people's cars. And if you call your local parts house and you call your local parts dealer, they don't know shit when they answer the phone. They're not going to say, oh yeah, well that's made in America over here in Texas. No, that's not the case. They don't know where anything is. The only thing they know where what's going on is where the liquor store and the dispensary is probably. And I'm just talking. So we tried to meet the customer's budget, where I don't want to spend $150 a tire or $200 a tire for tire monitors, right? Which that's what it should be, because that's what the dealership charges for the parts that were made for the car, that actually work longer than these temporary parts that we buy. So Rachel's like, we need to be more competitive. So-and-so is doing them for 60, so-and-so is doing it from 80. Well, either they're buying aftermarket parts and making no money on it. I don't know what their profit strategy is. To me, you're not making any money if you're buying a $45 part, selling it for $55, charging $25 to put it in, pay your man, pay your electric, pay this, pay that. You're at a goose egg to make the customer happy for an $80 budget. No, we're not doing it. So we found these, and this is just my product warning now, is that either I just got a bad batch of these, or it's just a problem. So I had one customer I've done 6 on twice. Luckily, he's a good customer. I've had another customer yesterday who kept overinflating his tires, and I don't know if these things can handle 20, 30 PSI over spec. He came back 3 times in 3 weeks with him overinflating his tires, and I did one tire sensor under warranty, and then he was back 2 weeks later with 2 with the tire pressure maxed out at, you know, 20 or 30 PSI over spec. And I said, listen, I'm done with this. You have to run a little bit more than what the tire spec is, not 10, 20, 30 pounds of pressure. You might be able to do it with an OEM part. You're not going to do that with an aftermarket part. So, and he's like, well, I just want my money back. I said, hey, no problem. Go someplace else. I don't care where you go. Go get new tire monitors and then bring mine back, and I'll give you your refund. No big deal. I would rather not be tortured by you. And I'm sure he didn't spend $130 a sensor at GM, so he wound up someplace else around here where he's getting similar to the same garbage I'm installing, and or not garbage, but a product that we would hope that was affordable for a customer. And I have hundreds of these out on the street, but it's just recent that I've had issues with these tire monitors. I did Rachel's Salab 1 over a month ago with no issues. I've done hundreds of used car dealers with these ones, and I just don't know what it is when I'm saying right now. I want to let you guys know that right now I'm having an issue with this product here, and these are the knockoff box. It could be Autel sensor inside. I don't know whose parts inside of here, but I can't not buy parts from China anymore because everything's made in China, and these things aren't cheap. So I mean, put that math together. So for me to make a profit and do this and try and appease the customer, so now I gotta not appease the customer for price point. I gotta make sure that what works for me works for them, and that ain't cheap sometimes. And for now on, we're I don't know if I want to try and dabble in Autel branded box, because I don't know what's in the branded boxes, right? It still needs to settle. You can see it's still running. Because you never know. There's so many knockoff parts out here today that you have no idea. Someone on YouTube said stop using Chinese parts.
all parts are Chinese parts.
Everything's made in China. Almost everything's made in China. Philippines, Asia, Thailand. Yeah. Like I was in a clothing store and I looked at where all the shirts came from.
Made in Vietnam. Made in
everywhere.
Vietnam. Yeah.
Everywhere. You're in a branded USA store and nothing in there's made in USA.
Yep.
So I just wanted to warn everyone out here, we're going to probably not use these anymore because they're just so unreliable. And like I said, I have customers out there that have these in there with no problems, and then recently the last 20 or 30 have just nothing but a nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, thanks for watching.